In the summer of 2020, a Netflix series called The Goop Lab with Gwyneth Paltrow premiered, sparking intense debate about the role of pseudoscience in the wellness industry. The show, which explored unconventional wellness practices like energy healing and psychic mediumship, was criticized by many in the medical community for promoting unproven and potentially harmful therapies. But this was not the beginning of the controversy surrounding Goop, the wellness and lifestyle brand founded by Paltrow in 2008. From its early days as a weekly email newsletter, Goop had been peddling advice on everything from diet and fitness to spirituality and relationships, often with a new age twist. As the brand grew in popularity, so did the criticism. Doctors and scientists began to speak out against Goop's promotion of unsubstantiated health claims, and the company faced lawsuits over its marketing practices. But despite the backlash, Goop continued to thrive, expanding into e-commerce, hosting wellness summits, and even launching a print magazine. The company's success was a testament to the power of the wellness industry, which had become a multi-billion-dollar market with a devoted following. But it also raised important questions about the impact of celebrity-endorsed wellness culture on our understanding of health and science. One of the key factors in Goop's success was its ability to tap into the cultural zeitgeist, embracing trends like mindfulness and clean eating that resonated with a generation of young, urban professionals. The company's website and social media channels were filled with sleek, aspirational images of healthy living, from organic salads to yoga retreats. But beneath the glossy surface, critics argued that Goop was peddling a simplistic and misleading vision of wellness, one that ignored the complexities of real health issues and instead offered quick fixes and miracle cures. But that wasn't the strangest part. As the controversy surrounding Goop grew, it became clear that the company was not alone in promoting pseudoscientific wellness practices. A whole ecosystem of wellness gurus, influencers, and entrepreneurs had sprung up, all peddling their own brand of miracle cures and lifestyle advice. Some, like Deepak Chopra and Andrew Weil, had medical degrees and a background in established institutions. Others, like Paltrow herself, were celebrities with no formal training in health or science. Yet all of them had built massive followings and lucrative businesses on the back of their wellness expertise. The rise of the wellness guru phenomenon was not just a product of modern celebrity culture, but also drew on a long history of alternative health movements in the United States. From the 19th century roots of homeopathy and naturopathy to the 1960s counterculture's fascination with Eastern spirituality, the idea of seeking health and wellness outside the mainstream medical establishment had always been a part of American culture. But in the age of social media, this movement had reached new heights of influence and commercialization. Wellness promoters could now reach millions of followers with a single post, peddling their wares and spreading their message to a vast and receptive audience. As the wellness industry continued to grow, it also became increasingly entangled with the world of entertainment and celebrity culture. Actors, musicians, and models were now launching their own wellness lines, from skincare products to fitness programs. The lines between health advice and lifestyle branding had become blurred, making it difficult to distinguish between legitimate medical information and clever marketing. And at the heart of it all was Goop, the company that had pioneered this fusion of wellness and celebrity culture. But as the criticism of Goop and the wellness industry mounted, it was clear that this was not just a story about a single company or trend. It was a story about the deeper cultural forces that were driving our obsession with wellness and the consequences of a system that prioritized profits over scientific evidence and critical thinking. The Goop Lab, with its mix of pseudoscience and celebrity endorsement, was just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lay a complex web of influences and interests, from the multi-billion-dollar supplement industry to the network of wellness gurus and influencers who had built their careers on promoting unproven therapies. As we delve deeper into the world of wellness, it becomes clear that this is not just a story about Goop or Gwyneth Paltrow, but about the very notion of health and wellness in our society. What does it mean to be healthy, and how do we separate fact from fiction in the age of celebrity wellness culture? These are the questions that we will be exploring as we unravel the mysteries of the multi-billion-dollar self-care industry. But that's a story for another time, as we are just beginning to scratch the surface of this complex and fascinating topic. The wellness industry's impact on our culture is undeniable, from the rise of athleisure wear to the proliferation of juice bars and yoga studios. But beneath the surface of this trendy, Instagrammable world lies a more complex and problematic reality. The industry's emphasis on individual responsibility and personal choice has led to a culture of blame and shame, where those who are sick or struggling are seen as somehow failing to take care of themselves. And the constant stream of misinformation and pseudoscience has created a sense of confusion and mistrust, making it difficult for people to know what to believe or who to trust. As we explore the world of wellness, we will be examining the ways in which this industry has shaped our understanding of health and illness, and the consequences of its influence on our culture. We will be talking to experts and critics, from scientists and doctors to wellness gurus and industry insiders. And we will be examining the evidence, separating fact from fiction, and exploring the complexities of this multifaceted and often contradictory world. But for now, let's just say that the story of Goop and the wellness industry is just the beginning, a small part of a much larger and more complex narrative that will take us on a journey to the very heart of our culture and our understanding of what it means to be healthy. As we delve deeper into the world of wellness, it becomes increasingly clear that the lines between fact and fiction are often blurred. The Goop Lab, a Netflix series hosted by Gwyneth Paltrow, is a prime example of this phenomenon. The show's premise, which explores ideas that may seem out there, has been criticized for presenting anecdotes and experiences in place of scientifically validated facts. But that wasn't the strangest part despite the criticism. The series was nominated for two 2020 Critics' Choice Real TV Awards, sparking a heated debate about the role of pseudoscience in modern entertainment. The show's partnership with Netflix has also raised eyebrows, with many accusing the streaming company of giving Paltrow a platform to promote her company's unsubstantiated health claims. But what's even more intriguing is the way in which the Goop Lab has been able to tap into the cultural zeitgeist, resonating with audiences who are eager to explore alternative approaches to health and wellness. This phenomenon is partly explained by the concept of self-conception, where people replicate the actions of those they see as the best potential version of themselves, hoping to achieve a similar state. The wellness industry's ability to tap into this desire for self-improvement is a key factor in its success. Wellness gurus, often with few or no medical credentials, have become incredibly influential, with millions of followers hanging on their every word. But how did this phenomenon come to be? One strand of influence has its roots in American culture of the 1960s and 1970s, when Americans developed a fascination with Eastern culture and philosophy. The term guru itself comes from Eastern religions like Buddhism, Hinduism, and Sikhism, and the modern wellness movement has drawn heavily on these influences. However, the wellness industry's lack of regulation and oversight has also led to criticism and controversy. Many wellness promoters lack medical or professional credentials, and some have been accused of making unsubstantiated health claims or promoting pseudoscientific therapies. The case of Andrew Weil, a wellness guru with a medical degree from Harvard, is often cited as an example of the industry's complexities. Weil has been praised for his work in integrative medicine, but has also been criticized for promoting unproven therapies and supplements. As we explore the world of wellness, it becomes clear that the industry is driven by a complex interplay of factors, including cultural influences, economic interests, and psychological desires. The rise of social media has also played a significant role, allowing wellness gurus to reach millions of followers and promote their products and services to a vast audience. But with this increased reach comes increased scrutiny, and the wellness industry is facing growing criticism for its lack of transparency and accountability. But that's not the only complication. The wellness industry's impact on our culture and society is far more nuanced than it initially seems. On the one hand, the industry has created a multi-billion-dollar market for health and wellness products and has inspired millions of people to take an active interest in their health. On the other hand, the industry's emphasis on individual responsibility and self-care has also been criticized for perpetuating a culture of narcissism and consumerism. As we reach the midpoint of our journey into the world of wellness, it's clear that the story is far more complex than we initially thought. The wellness industry is a multifaceted beast, driven by a complex interplay of cultural, economic, and psychological factors. And at the heart of this industry is a fundamental paradox, the tension between the desire for health and wellness, and the lack of regulation and oversight that allows pseudoscience and misinformation to thrive. This paradox is perhaps best illustrated by the case of Deepak Chopra, a wellness guru with a medical degree from the University of Delhi. Chopra has been praised for his work in mind-body medicine, but has also been criticized for promoting unproven therapies and making unsubstantiated health claims. His story raises important questions about the role of expertise and authority in the wellness industry and highlights the need for greater scrutiny and accountability. As we continue to explore the world of wellness, it's clear that the stakes are high. The industry's impact on our culture and society is significant, and its lack of regulation and oversight has serious consequences for public health. But it's also clear that the industry is driven by a deep-seated desire for health and wellness, and that this desire is not going away anytime soon. The question is, how can we navigate this complex landscape and create a healthier, more sustainable approach to wellness that prioritizes science, transparency, and accountability? The answer, much like the wellness industry itself, is complex and multifaceted, and will require a nuanced and informed approach. As we delve deeper into the world of wellness, it becomes increasingly clear that the lines between science and pseudoscience are often blurred. Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, with its vast array of products and treatments, has been at the forefront of this phenomenon. But what's most striking is the way in which Goop has managed to tap into our collective desire for wellness, often at the expense of verifiable evidence. The company's willingness to push the boundaries of what's considered acceptable has led to numerous lawsuits and criticism from the medical community. And yet, despite these controversies, Goop remains a powerhouse in the wellness industry, with a loyal following and a valuation that's estimated to be in the hundreds of millions. But that wasn't the strangest part. As we began to investigate further, we discovered that Goop's influence extends far beyond its own brand. The company has helped to popularize a range of alternative therapies and treatments, from energy healing to psychic mediums. And while some of these practices may seem harmless, others have been linked to serious health risks. The question is, how can we distinguish between what's truly beneficial and what's simply a clever marketing ploy? The answer, it seems, lies in the complex interplay between our desire for wellness and the often unregulated world of alternative medicine. As we explored the world of wellness gurus, we found that many of these individuals have built their careers on a combination of charisma, marketing savvy, and a deep understanding of human psychology. They often use their platforms to promote a range of products and services, from supplements and skincare products to meditation retreats and wellness workshops. And while some of these gurus may have legitimate credentials, others have been accused of peddling pseudoscience and preying on vulnerable individuals. The rise of social media has only amplified this phenomenon, allowing wellness gurus to reach millions of followers and build vast empires around their personal brands. But what's driving this trend? Is it simply a case of people seeking quick fixes and miracle cures, or is there something deeper at play? As we dug deeper, we discovered that the wellness industry is often fueled by a complex mix of factors, from rising anxiety levels and a desire for control to a growing distrust of mainstream medicine. And while some critics have accused the wellness industry of preying on these vulnerabilities, others argue that it's providing a necessary alternative to a healthcare system that's often impersonal and inadequate. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. As we examined the history of Goop, we found that the company's evolution has been marked by a series of calculated risks and savvy marketing moves. From its early days as a newsletter to its current status as a lifestyle brand, Goop has consistently pushed the boundaries of what's considered acceptable in the wellness industry. And while the company has faced numerous challenges and controversies along the way, it's managed to emerge stronger and more resilient each time. But what's most fascinating is the way in which Goop has managed to tap into our collective psyche, often using language and imagery that's deliberately vague and open-ended. It's a strategy that's both brilliant and insidious, allowing the company to create a sense of community and shared purpose around its brand. The Goop Lab, the company's Netflix series, is a prime example of this strategy in action. With its mix of pseudoscience and personal anecdotes, the show has been accused of promoting a range of unproven and potentially harmful therapies. And yet, despite the criticism, the show has been a huge success, attracting millions of viewers and cementing Goop's status as a major player in the wellness industry. But what's most striking about the Goop Lab is the way in which it uses storytelling and emotional manipulation to create a sense of connection and shared experience. It's a technique that's both powerful and deeply unsettling, raising important questions about the role of media and marketing in shaping our perceptions of health and wellness. As we look to the future, it's clear that the wellness industry will continue to evolve and adapt, driven by a complex mix of technological, social, and economic factors. And while there are certainly risks and challenges associated with this trend, there are also opportunities for growth and innovation. The question is, how can we navigate this complex landscape and create a healthier, more sustainable approach to wellness that prioritizes science, transparency, and accountability? But that's a question for another time, as the wellness industry continues to morph and evolve, leaving us to wonder what's next for this multi-billion-dollar self-care empire and what will be the ultimate cost of our collective pursuit of wellness.